Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Yes, I know it sounds crazy, the world's gone nuts, but here I am back in Flight Simulator 24 because I wanted to try a few things. I really want this simulator to be a beautiful plane simulator. I really want it to work. I've been so disappointed with things in the past, but is it getting better was the question I asked on my other video, and well, I think it might be. There was a big update today that I updated, and of course the marketplace came online. Bitterly disappointed with the stuff that was in there. There were no extra liveries for the 787 or the 737 MAX. There was nothing to improve the look of it, or there were no other special things in regards to Boeing, whereas the Airbus was all over the marketplace. Liveries for miles, everything was Airbus, and really nothing for us who love Boeing. So that was pretty disappointed. However, I looked into the world and the other things that were available there, and there were a few options of things that we could use in 24, things that we had installed into Flight Sim 2020. Now I had installed some airports. I'm reluctant to update and install all the airports because already my sim is quite blocky and frame hungry when I'm coming into land. However, there were a couple of things like the taxiway upgrades, the airport taxiway upgrades that I had installed in 2020, and that was available for 24, so I clicked on that, and here we go. I now have the new taxiway enhancements in 2024, the ones that I actually purchased in 2020, and they're looking great. They really are. Now also in 2020 I had purchased the extra ground aircraft that were parked at the gate just to add a bit of realism at the different airports, and I clicked on that, and here we are. We've got a lot of aircraft parked at the gates. Hopefully they won't be frame hungry. They won't slow me down because they're not actually moving or flying in and flying out. They're basically just parked at the gate to make it look a bit more real, to give you a bit more immersion. So with that add-on installed in 24, plus the new gates here installed, it actually starting to look pretty good. Now the nose bobbing up and down, this big bug issue I had, was it a bug? I'm not sure. My friend Malky suggests a couple of things. Well, he mainly suggested make sure I remove these ribbons, these locks here, and I've done that, but normally I don't go around the other side. If you go around the other side, there are some more over this side. Hiya Bill, how's the wife and kids? All good? Nice to see you. Now there is another one up here, and I think in the past I've actually missed this one, which is very, very stupid of me. I know, I'm an idiot. And because I don't normally do the full big walk around, and you can do the big full walk around, but often I don't do it. I just get in and fly. I take the covers off the engines and away I go. I've taken those off. Okay. So that one I often miss. So I'm wondering if that's the one that was causing me issues with the plane bobbing up and down. Big thanks to Melky. Melky is the one who pointed that out to me. So thanks Melky for that. You were right. Well, hopefully you are right. We'll know when I do this video, won't we? Now there's spawned in all these extra planes for me, but unfortunately they've spawned in over top of some of the general aviation planes. Obviously some of those general aviation planes should not be parked at the gates here. These are for the bigger airliners with passengers. So there's still a bit of an issue there, but for the most of it, these extra planes parked around the airport actually look quite good. Now I'm in World Travel Airlines. I'm doing a very, very short flight to see if the issues are sorted out. Remember on the last couple of videos I had the speed gauge freezing up at 30 knots. So I'd come into a land or fly and I had absolutely no idea how fast I was going. So let's see if that issue has been all fixed as well, shall we? That would be fantastic, because it is looking pretty good now, I have to say, but the only thing that's holding it back for me is the fact I don't have my study level planes from PMDG or the iFly 737. If I had at least one PMDG 737 here, I would be a happy boy. But at the moment, I just can't get into this simulator full on as my number one go-to until I get my Jet and Airways plane installed. A Jet and Airways plane, whether it's the iFly or whether it's the PMDG, whichever one comes in first, I'll be a happy boy. But for now, I'm flying the MAX 737 just to see if I can iron out all the issues, the bugs, because some of the bugs are in my brain, not actually in the plane or in the game. So if I've sounded a little bit harsh on the game in the past, well, I do apologize, but I don't, because I know there were a lot of bugs and it was frustrating people, and I was getting frustrated too. But there are some of those bugs, hopefully we've ironed out, and they were actually my fault. Okay, so I'm the first to admit when I'm wrong. And maybe with this plane as well, I've said there were bugs, but maybe the bug is with me instead. And I really hope that was the case, because if that is the case, very, very easy to fix, isn't it? We can just get on with things. If we do things a bit better, we can get on with things. And we don't have to complain. We can just enjoy the sim the way it is, how it is, and just get on and have fun and enjoy what there is to see. So we're going from Midway, Chicago. We have a hub in Midway, Chicago, Jet and Airways. We're doing a cute little flight that you may want to try sometime. Here's the flight plan. Very, very basic, easy flight plan. Just so we can get into the plane and have some practice, basically, and see if we've got stuff sorted out. Midway, Chicago, we're leaving runway 4 left and flying out through Midway 604 left. That's our departure. Here's our waypoints. Look, only got 3 little waypoints. 1, 2, 3. And we're coming in for a land at South Bend. South Bend International. We're coming in ILS 09 right, so I am going to program the ILS approach. Just make sure everything is working okay, and I've got it looking good and running well. I did this flight plan on Flight Simulator 2020, but it works on any flight simulator, even X-Plane if you want to program all this in. No problems at all. I do enjoy the flight plan in 2020 to make a very simple, basic, easy little flight plans. They are brilliant. Got the ILS frequency down here for South Bend and the localizer heading. It's all there. We're going to use that and we're going to try it out, because this is our third flight this week in the last couple of days in Flight Sim 2020. I am determined to get a good flight from A to B in the 737 MAX. I want to try and iron out all the issues and the problems. So if I'm in the mood, I can come in and I can fly the MAX and go from A to B in Flight Sim 24. Right, so I'll get cracking and I'll get everything set up in the flight planner and the FMC, and I'll get back to you very soon once I've got the flight plan put into the FMC. Okay, so we are running on the APU. That is all good. We're going to get some pushback now, and we're going to get our engines all started up. I want to go straight back. I don't want to go around the way he is pushing me. That is not the way I want to go, buddy. That is definitely not the way I want to go. Push back straight. I should have asked for that one. Is he coming around to the right? Okay, that's better. Come around to the right. Thank you very much. That will suit me a lot better. Okay, so let's flick that up there and get that engine underway. as we get pushed around. We're heading out over Chicago and Lake Michigan today, so we should get some nice views of the CBD of Chicago. Is that it? He stopped. Okay, thank you, mate. Right, we got one good engine start there. Don't think much of this livery World Travel. I think in Flight Sim 2020 and even FSX, the World Travel livery was quite a bit nicer than this. The planes parked around the airport do look good. They do really good. That's the software that I bought on Flight Sim 2020, and they have transported it over to 24, and I've got to say it does look good. Does make it look a whole lot better. So far with this session, I haven't found any bugs or anything wrong with the game or the plane. And if this flight goes perfectly well, it means that most of the problems have been about me, not about the plane or the game. But we all know there are a few issues with the game, so it's far away from perfect yet. But you know, the thing is, if you can get in and enjoy it as it is, fly from A to B in your favorite plane, that's pretty good, isn't it? Now this is a small runway. I don't think it's the main runway for us, but we're going to use it. We're going to use it. Let's take her up to 40. Looks like a small runway, this one. But it's just a test, guys. We're testing out the sim. We're testing out the plane. Testing out whether I've got everything set right and doing everything right or wrong. So it's just a trial run or a practice, really. Hold the nose down until we reach our rotation speed. We're actually going to use all the runway as well. Oh my gosh. Right, so let's turn on the autopilot, the vertical speed. We'll put at 1.9. Auto speed, auto throttle we will put on. And let's see how we go, guys. These were just that's just the plan I put into the 24 menu when I set up where I was leaving from and arriving from, so it just drew a straight line from airport to airport. So we're not actually following that flight plan, we're following the flight plan I showed you earlier. But it's good. I like this. You can just pop it up and see exactly where we are. You can see all the other little waypoints and airports around the place. Quite a short flight, as you can see, about 75 to 80 nautical miles. It's just a short one to test out the plane and the sim and to see that if I've got all the settings right or not, because if it works smoothly without any problems, it means it's getting better. Not only that, it means I've done everything correctly for a change. Oh dear. So if we don't have the nose bobbing up and down problem that we had on the first video in this series, we should be okay. It means Melky was right and we've fixed the issue. Fingers crossed. Can't wait to get a Jet and Airways livery into the sim though, that would be good. Excuse me. Right, let's see if our speed is locked up. No, our speed is not locked up. We are doing well this time. Finally, this is our third flight in the series of trying to sort out our bugs and issues. And it seems like a lot of the bugs were with me and not with the actual plane. which is good. That was what I was hoping, actually, because it's easy to fix. I just do everything correctly, or try to, and the issue's fixed. So at the moment our speed is good and not locked up, and we're not having the nose bob up and down issue. Very short flight. I'm going to start coming down. We haven't got that far to go. I won't come down too far, but just a little bit. You'll see some nice scenery too as we come into South Bend. It really is some lovely scenery coming up, guys. Now when I land, I usually flick this around to there because this moving map and everything, it does affect. It does seem everything helps when it comes to saving frame rate, trying to get your flight simulator smooth as you come in. As you notice on the other two videos, it was really blocky. So this one's going to be interesting because I have added on the ground aircraft parked at the gates from the marketplace, and I have added on the enhanced jetways. They look beautiful, but I'm wondering if it's going to really slow down my frame rate as I come into a landing. That's why I'm very hesitant about updating any of the airports from the marketplace. I know it says some of these things are streamed, they're not actually downloaded and installed, so maybe that helps. I don't know. We have got a fast internet connection here. We do have fiber, so very fortunate there. But let's just see how the frame rate is today on this flight. I don't think much of this livery. Even if we had a Delta livery for this, it would be better. Jet and Airways has an affiliation, has an alliance with Delta Airlines. So we do fly the Delta livery for Jet and Airways, but at the marketplace there's just nothing for the Boeings as far as new liveries. Did not see anything. If you see one on the marketplace for the Delta, for the Max or the 787, I would love that. But really I'm not intending to spend a lot of time on this. I want to keep flying with my Flight Sim 2020 and my iFly 737 Max, which is just absolutely awesome. I want to keep up my hours flying that Max, really. And it looks fantastic. Okay, we've come over Lake Michigan there. Stunning scenery. Just beautiful. Turning around to the left and we're heading towards South Bend. Not far to go, as you can see on the moving map there. So we can just slowly keep coming down, nice and gentle like. We can start bringing our speed down a little bit, I guess. Let me know in the comments, how is the simulator working for you? How is Flight Sim 24 going for you? What are your favorite planes? Is it the little general aviation, or do you like the Boeings, or do you like the Airbus? What have you been flying, and what is your favorite plane in Flight Sim 24? Is everything working okay for you? Tell me about the bugs. Let me know in the comments. Look at the scenery out here. Look at this. This is gorgeous. Lovely scenery. There's the airport. I can see it. I can see it straight ahead, actually. I can see it there. Might just engage the approach hold mode. So we get our speed down. I think we can drop our gear as well. Let's get our flaps down to flaps 40. And we've got a solid diamond there. It's a good sign. And so far, everything, touch wood, everything's been going swimmingly well. Quite a bit of wind and air noise, environmental noise. Now I'm putting the flaps down. It's got a little bit noisy. Okay, it seems we're locked onto the ILS, so that is a good thing. Let's come up here. Pre-landing checklist. Landing lights on, taxi lights on, strobe lights on. And we'll get ready to disengage our autopilot. We're at 150 knots. Let's come down a little bit more. A little bit of turbulence I can see as we're coming in here. A little bit of rocking and rolling. Doesn't that look beautiful? Shame about the livery, but still, it looks pretty damn good, guys. Since the last flight I did, when we first started this series, I have got the reverse thrusters working, the speed brakes and the reverse thrusters set up properly, so if all goes well, hopefully we should be able to do a nice job of this landing. We're a little bit slow there. The autopilot. The auto throttle doesn't seem to be doing its thing. Looks like we're controlling the speed manually now. The auto throttle should have been controlling that, but looks like I'm controlling the throttle manually. That's okay. Right, auto throttle off. Flight directors off. I have the plane.
Sync rate 300, 200, 100. Approaching minimums. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
There we go. Welcome to South Bend, guys. And the reverse thrusters have not come on. There we go. Finally. Right. Speed brakes off. And where are the gates? We're heading over there to the gates. Well, I think the frame rate was okay. I'll have to have a look at the recording after I finish the video, but I think the frame rate was okay coming in. It felt reasonably smooth to me. Reasonably smooth. I should have gone straight in there. Could have gone straight in there. We've got some of these general aviation planes parked at the international gates, which is not really good. But that's fine. Maybe that's something that will be fixed later. We'll just come in here, and I think we'll be fine here. We'll be fine here. This will do us, guys. This will do us nicely. Right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed that. The plane went perfectly okay. Thanks, Malky, for your hot tips and helping me out there with your suggestion. Everything seems to be working fine. So this is good news. The sim is working fine for me, and the plane, the 737, is working fine. So I can enjoy flying from A to B in a 737 MAX. I would prefer to be in the PMDG 737 or my iFly 737 MAX, but unfortunately I think I'm going to have to wait a long time before those arrive here, which means Flight Sim 2020 will still be my main flight simulator. But the last 3 videos I've just spent practicing and getting everything adjusted, trying to get everything working well and smoothly, and we have actually achieved that goal. So the sim is improving, and that's very good news. Let me know how it's going for you. If it's still a mess for you and it doesn't run, I'm very sorry to hear that, and I hope one day that it will be sorted out and you will be able to enjoy it. But go back to Flight Sim 2020 if it's not working, because it's a pretty good damn sim, that Flight Sim 2020. Even this week we had a huge update in Flight Sim 2020. So in a sense it is almost Flight Sim 25, that Flight Sim 2020, because it's just been constantly updated. It is certainly not outdated, and it's going to be a good sim for quite a few years yet. So if that's all you can run, guys, just run it, because it is a fantastic simulator. Hope you enjoyed the video, and leave a click, leave a like, leave a comment, and I will see you on the next video, which will probably be Flight Simulator 2020. Have a good day, guys. Enjoy your sim, enjoy your flying. Over and out. Cheers.